Hello, welcome to SAP SF Demo EC module. In today's demo, we will be seeing right from the fundamentals of what is SAP. In SAP, your SAP ECC CM, which is on-premises solution. What is SAP SF HCM, which is on-cloud solution. But before getting into it, let us see the fundamentals of what is ERP and its base components. At the end, you will be getting a clarity of the roadmap of SAP EC module along with EC Pay. And we will be working out with the small demonstration on the system. SAP ECC demo and SAP SF EC demo. The lab part will be from two views. One is the SAP ECC GUI and SAP SF GUI right from the login screen. So to start our conversation with, we are trying to understand what is an organization. An organization is considered to be a legal body which is intended to do a business, and every organization will have some or the other products. These products can be of material or service in nature. So usually we say that organization is made up of employees, but I categorize them as sales employee, production employee, purchase employee, and finance employee. So finance is a process where we are trying to track the organization's logistics part. Purchase is buy process. Production is make process. And sales is sell process. So at every given point of time, we can say we have sales employee, production employee, purchase employee, and finance employee. When an organization is trying to sell the product, it is going to sell the product to a customer who is a person in nature or a company in nature. The company or the person will get the product from the warehouse, and the warehouse will in turn get the products from a vendor, which can be a person in nature or company in nature. So, in this way, if we talk, we are seeing in general an organization which is having this business process. So, I say every organization is having a management concept plus technology which is giving solution to your organization. So, keeping the management concepts in view, we have ERP, supply chain management, strategic enterprise management, and customer relationship management. These are your management concepts. Coming to the technology, we need a proper GUI, a proper application, and a proper database to manage the data, which is technology. So, SAP is the name of a company which came forward in giving you the solution, and it has given solutions to your management concepts, thus in turn became SAP ERP, SAP Supply Chain Management, SAP Strategic Enterprise Management, and SAP CRM. This is a broader aspect from a organization's point of view. From that point, if we check it out, we say that every organization is having some or the other management concepts, and every organization is having three main departments called finance department, logistics department, where logistics is made up of sales, production, purchase or procurement, warehouse management, plant maintenance, and so on. But everything is having employee as a keyword. So I need to have something called as HR or HCM, which is taken care by managing the employees. Every organization which has these three main parts called finance, logistics, and HR, we are trying to understand the solution from the HR's point of view. So, a brief introduction about your SAP is SAP's full form, or the full form of SAP is S, which stands for systems, A, which stands for applications, and P, which stands for products for processing of data. And this time we are talking about organization data. Thus, it means that every organization is having a key role called business process. So, the main three business process of any organization is finance part, logistics, and HR. So, our main intention is to see the subject from HR's view. So, in general, if we have a understanding, we need to know what is the HR's business process. So, coming to an HR business process, every organization with respect to HR has its own business process model, which has the set of people who are working here as an employee, either from IT department or HR department or any executives, will be having the key concepts of how to manage the organization, how to optimize the workforce, how to attract the new talent, do the hiring and onboarding, setting up goals for the employees, checking out the performance of the employee, trying to compensate the employee with the right pay, and check the time management concepts with respect to time and leave and the employees' pay and benefit problems. So, if we check out with this way, right from the recruiting to payroll, these are the key concepts that is covered in your HCM or in general HR. From the SAP's point of view, its journey started in the year 1972 and SAP HR was being launched in the product of SAP within the year 1986. From there till 2011, it was going on the various versions of SAP ECC. SAP has acquired a company called SuccessFactors and thus it has given a new form called SAP SF. And from the year 2011 onwards, it has its presence on the global front. At the same time, it is also having its experiences from the cloud point of view. So, coming to the structure, let us understand what are the key concepts related to SAP SF, which is a cloud based solution. So, SAP's key term is from the cloud point of view. So, the moment when we said on cloud solution, for your organization from the HCM point of view, or SAP has tried to understand the SAP ECC HCM, which is treated as on premises, whereas SAP SF is treated as on cloud solution. So, from the organization's point of view, if we are trying to understand the cloud part, we need to have a small understanding with the introduction of what is a cloud. So, coming to that point of introduction to cloud, we need to get ourselves introduced with the cloud computing concepts. Cloud computing provides various and variety of computing resources, storaging it, and it has a environment where it is broadly divided into three parts, which is infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. Talking about the cloud, the three layers or services that we see as infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service, they are various vendors under these three categories giving their services and we are using their services at every given point of time. But SAP SF is a part of software as a service. And when we talk about services, we have to know the silent features of the three types of or four types of cloud computing: public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud, and community cloud. The cloud computing part is ruling the world with respect to the technology, and it is using a multi-tenant cluster use wherein you can have multiple people accessing it. So in general, if we see, we have the infrastructure at the bottom, which is trying to develop, above which you have platform as a service, software as a service. So if an end user is trying to consume something from the software as a service, in our case, we are seeing it from SAP SF. So there is some platform on which it runs, and that platform is sitting on a given infrastructure. So these architectural representation of what are we seeing will be dealt in detail when we are getting into the introduction of cloud computing. So software as a service is a method of providing solutions for a given function. In our case, it is SAP HR function, which supports to all of our general HR components, but its presence is slightly changed with the naming conversions. So if you observe the SF business suite, it comes in various layers. At the bottom, you have your SAP HANA in-memory computing platform, above which you have Employee Central. Then above that you have your various components like recruiting, onboarding, LMS, PMGM, and so on. Above that you have analytics, and above that you have social and mobile concepts. All this put together becomes SAP SF Business Suite or Business Studio. We are having a small skill map setup with respect to the various modules in the past and its cloud module representation. The courses are being defined in three patterns with respect to EC, recruiting and onboarding, PMGM, and web analytics, or we call it as people analytics. So before getting ourselves understood with the word SF mastery, we need to have a small understanding of how the system looks. So when we get into our SAP logon approach, this would be the method wherein I am trying to understand with a GUI where I have a server details which is identified with a application server, system number, and a system ID. This is a freely changeable description. But the things which cannot be changed is your application server, which is having an IP address and so on. I click on OK, and now I log on to it. I click on and say log on. It takes me to a screen which has a client, a user, password, and login details. I give my username, password, language. Language is not mandatory as EN, because language we are installing the software with English. So this field called EN is not mandatory to enter, but as a practice we are entering it. The system is taking Sometime it loads and it gives you a GUI which has SAP Easy Access, and you have HR module in which the SAP GUI part is considered to be the end user screen, in which we are trying to understand the various components of how can I demonstrate or how can I create a organization structure of my client. So for example, I select create, click on it. I can use this with a navigation, or I can also use it with a transaction code. So SAP ECC has access to its components via transaction code. I give a company name which has its abbreviation, Lens Services India Private Limited. Now this is a concept which we need to understand whether we are dealing it with a Indian based company, or if I say as INC Incorporated. So all these are having its own representations from the legality point, and I click on create. This exercise that I am trying to do is to give you a feel of how your ECC system used to appear. The time that is taken for the process to save is your runtime process, wherein you have a presentation layer, application layer, and the database layer. So keeping this in mind, it is being referred as SAP R by 3. Every object in SAP is uniquely identified with a code. O stands for organization unit. I click on here, create. I can have my company presented in various countries based on its business requirement, or I can directly identify with its function. So I have a finance function, I have a sales function, I am selecting and giving the processes that is involved in finance. In finance, Lens Services is having receivable and payable, and tax. Sales is having e-sales and telesales. Now I'm entering into the second level wherein I am using an object called job, position and task. So I click on staff assignment. I select finance department and say create position. I am entering my job as manager. The position is finance manager. Assume that I have three finance managers. So I've given the number as three position. So you will find three. So the concepts that you need to remember here is every object is being identified with a system defined or predefined code. O stands for organization unit, S stands for position, C stands for task, a job, and everything is having a unique number. So you have a concept called number range. To this job, I want to add some task. So as a manager, I am involved in some task. It can be secretarial services, secretarial strategic task, and strategic controlling and planning, which is identified with a code called T. At any given point of time, you can view your organization structure by clicking on structural graphics. It gives you the output. So whatever formalities that you have done, it comes up in a structural representation. Using your view option, you can have any combination adopted and represent it. So this is your graphical view of your company structure that you have created or organization structure that you have created. I get into another component wherein I need to have a employee. So I go to a transaction code /NBP and create a role called employee. So we have a term here BP employee. That BP employee is of a person in nature, so you go and say create. Create BP role employee. I am entering the employee name. The moment when I say save, it would generate a number here. I need to go back to a transaction code /nppom underscore OLD. Select my structure. Click on staff assignment, expand. I select my position, say assign older. I select the older type as BP. I go to the name function, press F4. I have some criteria of searching. And I enter it. And I say save. Assume that I don't want the other two position of finance manager. I have a function called a delete. Delete by object is one option. The deletion is going to take place only with that object. So if you see here, you find that this object is deleted. I have another function, select, edit, delete by relationship. Industry practices are by relationship. I go with a function called refresh, and I can have a view of my organization structure. So this is a overview of how we have worked with the steps of how to create an organization structure in SAP ECC system. So at a broader aspect, if I want to make a note of what have we done in your SAP system, you have your SAP ECC, in which we have seen a module called HCM. The topic was organization management. So the steps that we have done is we have created a root organization unit. We created a child or dependent organization unit by geography, by function, by process. Create a task, create a job, and assign task and job, create a position and assign task and job to position, create a BP role employee, or create a user and assign to position. You have drawn your hierarchical structure to view the steps. In this, we have used few components such as organization unit, task, job, position, employee, user. There are other objects like cost center, work center, and so on. So I can define organization management with a concept called organization made up of objects. These objects are held tightly with relationship. These relationships are structured and planned for better hierarchical reports. So this is my brief understanding of my topic of SAP ECC component. I also discussed about a term here as SAP R by 3, where S stands for systems, A stands for applications, P stands for products, for processing of data. Data is with reference to organization data, which is being generated via business processes. The various business processes that an organization has is finance process, logistics process, and HR process. We are interested in HR process. R has two views. R from technical side, which means runtime or response time. R from functional process, which means real time or online. 3 stands for three-tier architecture, which has presentation layer, application layer, and database layer. So this was a brief activity related to your SAP ECC. Now let us get ourselves introduced to SAP SF. So when we get into the SF part, the term that is broadly used with respect to SF is term is mastery. So we will see what SAP SF offers you, what are the common terminologies that you will be using in SF, what is your launch methodology of SF, and what are your various functions in SF. And then at the end we will see the overview or the roadmap of what SAP SF EC means. So when it comes to the general offerings of SF, we have the core component which is EC and EC payroll. We have talent solutions, which is a combination of recruiting, onboarding, PMGM, LMS, compensation, career planning and succession planning, analytical solutions, collaboration, social collaboration, and so on. So the common terminologies that is being used in cloud computing. So at this point of time, we should get ourselves acquainted with the terms related to software as a service. And in this case, we are interested with one more term called multi-tenant cluster case, wherein if a user is trying to log in into the application and he is starting using the software with respect to his application, example HR, so it is success factor, CRM is respect to your Salesforce. When it comes to SAP CRM, it is C for C, customer for cloud, and so on. So if that is the case, we are first getting into the term of how your screen looks like. So I have my login credentials. We will be detailedly discussing and having a small understanding of what the screen looks like, in which I need to know the first part is your what version are we working on. So I click on SAP version. So it gives me a brief overview that this is a server details. I have to decode and understand this server. So whatever I'm doing it online with you. So you can see it with respect to a real data concept. Nothing is fabricated. So the first and foremost thing is I need to decode this. So I'm just changing the font for differentiation. I am interested in this code. So I want to know the term called 2BC. So the first term that we need to know is data center. So we will just go to Google and see what are the various data centers that SAP offers, and we will try to see where is our data center. So I get into this. SAP's data centers. So on the wall, this is the places where your data centers are situated. So I need to know which is the data center that we are using. So we will be having a small class on what is a data center and how data center works and so on. So keeping this term called data center, we should know what is the data center that my present system is and where it is. So you have a data center name, location. So my data center is DC2. So I'm just again performing this check. I have gone to my show version details. I have picked my server number. In this server number, I am clicking on this 2BC. This is a place which is going to tell me what is the server. So this particular system is in Amsterdam. So the first term that we understood is the word data center. So if I want to compare this with my ECC GUI, I am referring this concept. So these are two different. This is an on-premises setup, whereas this is your cloud setup. Then the second part we saw is I have my authenticated username password and I say log on. The system takes me to my home page. I can set up my home page at admin level. So I have something called as admin center. So we have an elaborate talk or a class on what is admin center, what are the two views of admin center, what are these various tiles. So my user details, I can also click on this show version information. This is in detail, which talks about the company ID, what is the UI version that I am using, which edition I am using, what is the release. We will be discussing about the release. What is the timestamp that the things are being fed in. And the system that we are seeing as of now is called instances. So the second terminology that you are going to understand is the word instances. So instances is something where everyone is being given permission. Authorized set of people are given permissions to configure according to the client's requirement. Whereas provisioning is an internal tool which is provided only to the service consultant and the partners who have signed up for your SuccessFactors module for customers. And you will not be given permissions to work with provisioning system. But we will be seeing what a provisioning system is. So we are having a small difference between the two screens. The above one is your provisioning system and the below one is your admin center. The admin center screen live is what you are seeing here. And we are now working with a component called employee file. I'll not take much time of yours. We are getting into the manage, organization, pay and job structure. Its way of representing things has changed. The first term that I am interested in is my legal entity. It has given you a term called it has been migrated to MDF foundation object. I am now looking into the various legal entities that this client has been used. So I am taking up a company name. Now this is what I am working with. We will be discussing that the structures in SF is broadly classified under three heads: organization structure, pay structure and job structure, which is treated as foundation objects. Now, when we have seen the structure, I now get into my organization structure view. In that, I need to check it up with my company structure. In my company structure, I have my three options or four options. Assume that I want to have a legal view. And the object that I am working is legal entity. This is my representation. Now the card that you see here is called quick card. The screens are so dynamic that I can go and work with it. So I can get into show legal entity screen. If you observe few seconds ago, I have showed you this screen using MDF foundation object. I can go and perform edit function. The moment when I say edit, it is taking me with an effective date and I am changing my field here with 48 hours. And I am trying to give some default pay group and a default location. And I am saying save. So that was with the function called edit. I can also do it with the same term called manage. Now these are certain things that we can work with it. And the timestamp is being captured here. So when we are working with this, we need to know what is your core competencies related with SF. So we use the word data center and SAP SF concept as related to your launch methodology, which is BizExpert. These are the various forms that my server is being represented. So I need to know how am I checking the version information, which data center, which is your UI version being used. So we will be discussing about these roadmaps effectively. So you have something called as foundation objects. These foundation objects are classified under organization objects, employee objects, person objects, pay related objects, job related objects. So this is a separate topic by itself called foundation objects. So the structure that we see here is the concept of legal entity getting connected to business unit getting connected to division and the department. And another word we use here is data model. Right. So basically there are seven types of data model, but we will be seeing in details about all these seven types as the subject goes further. And what are your various job orientation related with implementation team? What skill set they should carry? What are your various phases of your project? So when we are dealing with this, we come across various terms, and when we are discussing these terms, let us now get ourselves introduced with the mind map of what we are going to learn. So the topic we are going to learn is SAP SFEC, which is on cloud solution. The terms that we are seeing here in detail is being categorized as the fundamentals of SFEC, where we need to understand what are your various data models. So coming across these data models, we have various approaches to be done. The first term that comes across was your foundation objects. So there are basically four types of foundation objects in a broader sense: organization, job, and pay, and miscellaneous. Every foundation object should go and set up with your data model, which can be corporate data model, succession data model, country specific, corporate, and succession. The other three types are related to events and event reasons and workflow. So we will be seeing everything in detail. So the entire SAP SFEC goes with the 16 implementation steps. We will be seeing how to set up every component with a role-based permission because SAP ECC is a role-based permission function. What are the various permissions that one has to have? So this was the core part, followed by your events and event reasons, followed by workflow, followed by business rules. Every component that you see here is having some kind of documents that has to be generated. So we will be working with document management that is related to document generation, followed by your position management, followed by company structure, followed by time, which we call it as EC time, EC pay, EC benefits, ending it up with reports. So this entire roadmap, what you see, is having a detailed activities of what is its equivalent functions from respect to ECC as well as SF. So this class goes in a combination of both. So you will be getting a approach of how to start your subject, but all this we see is from a functional aspect. There is also few technical aspects. So the technical aspects would be related with data migrations. Few would be related with the XML reading and so on. But the component that we see is in starting up with your permission setup and with all your employee file setting, followed by company settings. So this is a broader aspect with respect to your EC, and in the end we will always end up the topic with your various reporting concepts of what is your report center. How are we going to manage the reporting components? I feel the topics are very interesting here compared to your ECC. If the person is not from the ECC background, he doesn't need to worry because we will be seeing both the aspects of what is from the ECC view and what is from SF view correlatedly. EC part is important to be kept in mind and work, whereas ECC part is for your reference activity so that you are able to understand the subject more in detail. So this was your roadmap related to Employee Central. Every module in ECC, that is a success factor, is a separate module by itself. So we are trying to understand what cloud computing is, types of services and its various forms of cloud computing. We are trying to understand software as a service from the HR point of view. So we will understand the HR components. And what are the SAP success factors solution and application architecture looks like. So the above part, whatever you see in this with respect to recruiting, onboarding, learning, performance. So to end up with, we can have a small understanding here is the older version where we had SAP ECC with respect to HCM or HR. We used to understand it with the term called PM is equal to PA plus PD. Whereas with respect to SAP, SF, HCM or HXM, the word is Human Experience Management. The term that we are going to see is Core HR plus Talent Management. In Core HR, we are seeing the term as EC and EC Pay. In Talent Management, you have it as recruiting and onboarding, PM and GM, career planning and succession planning, or LS, which is learning solution. In layman language, you can term it as training and event management. But our course is all of different modules put together. And this course, when we are dealing with it, needs to have a different mindset to understand it as one part. We can't master all these things at one go. So we are trying to map the understanding of both and try to understand it in one uniform method as per this mind map. So kindly go through every component of this and the mind map of the course details. Any queries, you are free to ask.